to God, I am hungry!
Boom boom, that was the Incarnon Strun against level 9199 Steel Path enemies in Warframe. If you like the gameplay, don't forget to like, subscribe for more content, and let me know in the comments below what you think about the Strun and the build I'm sharing with you today. Let's go. Before you build anything, always check Warframe wiki to learn about the weapon or Warframe you are building. All this information, they are not available in the game at this depth. So I asked the kindly to just copy this and paste it in game. I know a lot of work may be included, but a lot of players may learn about their weapons without looking around for Warframe wiki, and veterans can improve their builds because they can learn about the important details and know what weapons are bugged and not, because not everybody likes to go and check Warframe wiki and learn about stuff like that. So, and before I build my weapons and Warframes, I use my famous method, that DVS. D for how you're dealing damage, what elements you'll be using, what faction you're fighting. V, how you proc 10 stacks of vial to make enemies vulnerable by 325% more damage to their HP. S stands for stripping enemies armor to deal higher damage. But in Warframe there is variety of options, so you can check the sheet I prepared for you to help you find your own style. We can do things in many different ways in Warframe. We take things to level cap 10 not as a show off, and not because this build is mainly made for level cap. No, the idea of doing level cap videos is not to encourage you go level cap. It's an option and is decided by you, but to ensure the build scale. I want, when I give you a build, when you copy it, you know this build capable of killing level 1 and capable of killing level cap. So build and forget. No confusing synergy, no rivens, no damage boosting abilities, because the easiest thing in Warframe, you boost damage. As much as strength, run Eclipse or Chroma or Vex Fury, whatever you want. Okay? Roar, it's easy to boost damage in Warframe. It's not a problem there. Now, remember, Revenant is the Warframe I use because he is a tank, and to be fair to the weapon DPS and not worry about survivability and shield gate while I'm DPSing, it will not be fair for the weapon. So I want to give the weapon a, let's say, fair trial, while Revenant is the perfect Warframe I use for testing weapons. He doesn't boost damage, he is a tank, and he just sit and DPS so you can see the performance of the weapon. Let's go for the build. And we start always with the evolutions. Now, evolution 1, weak point hit charge Incarnon transmutation, alt fire transmute switching back will expand any remaining charges, fire staggering explosive projectiles. Now, evolution 2, you can choose from 2 of them. Either the blazing barrel for increased base damage by 2 and firing plus 5 base multi-shot stacks up to 5 times, or the increased base damage by 2 with channeled ability active plus 4 punch through. Now, it's not bad at no targeting, but it requires channeled ability, and it means it's specifically for specific Warframes. So, and the multi-shot is always superior, so blazing barrel is the way to go. Now, evolution 3, we got the swift deliverance for projectile speed, the Galnic reload on hitting target with electricity statue, 40% chance to restore 1 round in magazine from ammo pool, and you got the rapid reinforcement for reload speed, which is amazing for a shotgun. Go like and you are done. Now, here you got evolution 4. You had to choose between increased base critical chance by 4%, statue chance by 4% per projectile, increased base statue by 48% for Incarnon form. It is very, very, very powerful if you're building this weapon around statues. Maybe we will do this in the future, but for now I'm building it around critical chance, so critical base critical chance by plus 12%, or you can balance between the 11.3 per projectile speed statue chance, or increased base statue chance by 136% for Incarnon form. Again, so powerful for the statue build. So if you're gonna go for statue build, the elemental balance is the way to go. As you can see, it will be insane, 182%. It's really good and crazy stuff, and that's the way to go. Now, that's out of the way. Now, when it comes to the build, we're gonna go this way. Let's go. First thing first, galvanized here for multi-shot, on kill more multi-shot, point blank for damage, primed charge chair for electricity. Primed Cleanse Greenie is multiplicative damage against the faction you're fighting. You want to replace this every time you're fighting a different faction. Okay. Primed Ravage for critical damage, critical declaration for critical chance and minus fire rate, shotgun elementaries for statue damage and magazine capacity, toxic barrage for toxin and statue chance, primary deadhead for headshot damage, headshot kill you get 120% damage and 30% headshot multiplier and minus weapon recall. Vigilante supplies for ammo. Of course, you can use the primed one if you really want to right here. I just didn't want to invest more forma as it's fine the way it is. Now, why we're using shotgun elementalist? Now the weapon has slash on it. That's one out of the way. If you scroll all the way down, we find the blast, and that's another. But we can build it even better on statues than this using shotgun elementalist. But for now, it's gonna be good the way it is. Simple as that. Now, if you want Tano to, let's say, maybe make this weapon, let's say, different from using primed cleanse Orikin, because a lot of Thanos doesn't like to use this one, you can go for more fire rate right here. Shotgun barrage right here, and you be good to go. The other option you can do, and it's my favorite actually, you can go with the magnetic right about here. Magnetic and fire rate, my friend, and this weapon will serve you well against any Eximos or Thrax enemies. Okay, so that's a decision you have to make, and you go for it. Even if you don't like to use the prime point blank because you believe it's diminishing return damage and all that kind of stuff, yes, okay, but there is I don't believe on that diminishing return thing, even though mathematically it can show element damage is better than, okay, but we have the element damage in here, but I'm increasing my power of slash right here, and it's like this way you ensure that your weapon has enough power to it. Because let's say diminishing return and all that kind of things, if I remove point blank right here, my weapon will go from 12,000 to 4,586. Understand what I'm saying? Additive or not, it doesn't matter for me. It is a power, and a lot of damage output comes from prime point blank. But if you have a Riven, CC, CD damage, prime point blank, what you replace. If you have a Riven with multiplicative damage to faction, primed cleanse Orkin is what you replace. If you have a Riven with electricity, primed charge chill, what you replace. If you have a Riven with toxic barrage, what you replace. Let me know in the comments below what's your Riven so I can help you replace it on this build if it doesn't fit there. Now remember, Tano, if you are new to the game and you don't have the primed mods, don't worry at all, my friend, because there is a normal variant of all this primed, because the primed mods, they have normal variant and then they become prime, so you have these. The galvanized mods are very easy. You go Arbiter of Hexes, first NPC on the left, and you be good to go. Take your Essence, play a couple of arbitration, and you be good to go. The primary deadhead is easy to get, it's not that expensive, and that's pretty much it. Now the weapon is built for corrosive, so our Warframe, in this video, I'll be using 2 Emerald Archon shards to push the stacks of corrosive from 10 to 14. 10 is 80% armor strip, 14 is 104% armor strip. Now 1 Emerald Tau Forge is not bad, but it doesn't armor strip 100%, only 98%. The viral is coming from Nourish, so that's how we're gonna do it. So viral from Nourish, corrosive from the weapon, and with 2 Emerald Archon shards, the weapon itself can strip. Now, if you have another meaning of armor stripping, it would be good as well, but that would be for another video. So we can build the weapon around different elements. We're building it for a statue build. So if you are excited to see the statue build on the Strun, let me know, guys, in the comments below, so I push it forward and I deliver that build for you. When it comes to my companion, I'm gonna be using Nautilus. Nautilus will pull in enemies with Cordon, Duplex for the clones, Assault to attack, Vacuum for the loot, Manifold for more Cordon and Shield armor health, Reinforced for fire rate, and Tenacious Bond for 120% critical damage. But if you have a sentient weapon with 50% critical chance, now the best sentient weapon in the game is Verglass Prime, but it requires Riven to reach the 50% plus threshold. Simple as that. Okay, if you don't have Verglass Prime with a Riven, Prime Razor Lifer or Volclock will do the job for you. But for now, we're gonna take off Nautilus Prime, and we check our Warframe, and we take off Arcane Rage out, and so we test slowly how the effect goes for that. So activating this and summoning level 230 heavy corrupt gunners, and we will summon the Manique in a second because they have the high CHP. So activating viral, go for the Incarnon form, and look at that. I mean, they're dying even before enough shots gets to them for the strip. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Easy as that. Now, if you put 2 arcanes, now it's not realistic to put 2 arcanes. Okay, so you will have to choose one of them. Okay, so either raid or fire rate or something, because you're always using this arcane slot for energize or something, so it's not realistic. And in the aura, I don't think it's gonna be realistic to use any aura in here, in my opinion. So companion, we're just gonna use our Nautilus. There we go. And boom, 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 boom. You see the fire rate now happening from Nautilus? That's really, really crazy. Look at that. The point here, I'm showing you this with Excalibur as I'm trying to tell you that that is why I take Revenant for level caps, and this is why I do what I do. So let's switch the Orkin to Grenier, and so we can summon the Manik. There we go. Manik is the highest, Bombard Manik is the highest EHP. In case you don't know what EHP is effective hit points. Now the higher enemies level they get, the higher EHP they have, so more shield, more health, more overguard. And the Manik tend to be the best and the highest EHP on Simulacrum to test your weapons in, as they are the tankiest here. The highest EHP from all Simulacrum enemies in a wave. Go. And there you go. Orange crit, tier 2, and you good to go. Now, I don't make builds with Rivens in my channel because I can't expect you to just go and buy the Riven to make the build work. Also, you will doubt that this build is working just because of the Riven, and I don't want that. Also, I don't do synergy and damage boosting because you may not like the helmet I use, or you may not like the Warframe I used, so it gets into too complicated. So what I do is I give you a build that works without Rivens, without boosting, so it will perform better with boosting, and it will perform better with Rivens, and you play it with any Warframe you want, free to go, and actually you can twist it and flip it around and you learn something in the end of the day. So if you like the build, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and turn the bell on, of course. Join my Discord, link on description. Follow me on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram. Special thanks to Hall of members, special VIPs, undisputed donators, and Hall of donations, and everyone in my community. Without you, I wouldn't have made it this far, Tano. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.